Hi there, Justin Fleming here with Chin McQuaid Fleming Harris. Another quick update for you for the month of February 2023. I think one of the things that people are most talking about is this epic snow year we had. Both Park City and Deer Valley both are north of 380 inches of snow, and with the snow that's in the forecast, it looks like this week both resorts will surpass the 400-inch mark, which is really uncommon and fantastic. If you haven't been out here to enjoy some of this fantastic snow and you're a skier or snowboarder, come and do it. It's well worth the trip. Kind of diving into the real estate market and just comparing January of 23 to February of 23. Overall, they're actually very similar months numerically. In January, total number of listings available 753. In February, 758. The number of new properties that went under contract in January was 123. February, 137. The number of new listings that came to market, 180 in February versus 192 in January. So these months, while they sound really similar, when you kind of compare the slight nuances that are different, what I thought was an interesting number to compare was how many properties came to market, new properties, versus how many properties went under contract, and just creating a ratio there. It may not be the exact same properties, but the quantity. So when I looked at January, the number of new listings as compared to the number of properties that went under contract, and that number is 64%. So 64% of the quantity of properties that came to market went under contract. And in February, that number was actually a bit higher. It was 76% February 23. So a higher percentage overall. So I thought it'd be interesting to compare that to February of 2022, which was, really kind of at the height of the frenzy of COVID. That frenzy really kind of echoed into about the end of March. But the ratio there was actually 73%, so slightly lower in 2022 than 2023. And a big part of that is the few properties that are coming to market. We still have a really grave shortage of inventory in our overall Park City market. And those numbers are across the entire Park City MLS. So some of the things that we get asked a lot, I specifically have been asked frequently in the last week, is about price changes. Like, people have got to be changing prices. They've got to be dropping their prices. It's hitting everybody. So I went through and I looked how many price changes have happened overall in the MLS in the month of February. And we have 758 active properties today. And overall in the month, there was 110 properties with price changes. Well, I say price changes because not all of them were price reductions. Some of the price reductions varied from $500 price reduction, which is really insignificant, just getting things back on the radar, up to $1.3 million price reduction. But we also had price increases ranging from $11,000 up to $475,000 price increases. So we're really still kind of seeing the market trying to find equilibrium balance really across the entire market. One thing that kind of echoes that is our comparison of sold price to list price. February of 2022, it was actually over 101% of your list price was where the sale price was. And looks like in this year, 2023, we're closer to 96, 97% of the sold price as compared to the list price. So people are slightly negotiating at this point in time, but it's not a significant. Really what it comes down to in all of real estate in all markets is buyer and seller agreeing on a price that feels fair to both of them. And that's why it's so important to have a good agent on both sides of the transaction to be able to educate whether you're a buyer or a seller to understand where the market is, what the value of your property is. And we certainly understand that buyers want to push the number higher and sellers want to keep the number lower, but it's really about finding that equilibrium. So if you have any questions about particular areas, you'd like to understand a little bit more about our market, please feel free to reach out to myself, anybody on the team. We'd love to help you understand our market and jump in if the time's right, or jump out if the time's right for that as well. You have a wonderful week and a wonderful month. Take care.